Can you go from having absolutely no idea what high ticket remote closing is to making your first $10,000 in commissions in 60 days? 0 to 10K in 60 days with high ticket remote closing, day 1. So Bam's my camera guy, and right now he has actually no idea what high ticket remote closing is. And he came to me with the idea. He was like, wait, I actually don't even know what the fuck this course is that you're building. What if I go through it and make a video every day documenting the process? So we're gonna start that with today, day 1. Okay, so this is actually really funny, guys. This was Bam's idea. He lives out here in Bangkok. He's like, Riley, I have no idea what this like HTC thing is. What if we document me from actually having no idea what it is to going through your course and your program and documenting it, and the goal being making my first $10,000 in commissions in the next 60 days. So Bam's a creative. If you haven't followed him on Instagram, @BamStyley, and so he's a video guy, and so this was his idea, and I go, dude, that's genius. He's been refraining from like looking in further into my content to understand it. You've never had a sales job before?
No, I've done a little bit of sales, but I have no idea. I can honestly tell you I have no idea. I tried to explain this. I tried to explain to you what I thought HTC was, and all I got was a laugh.
Oh yeah, and I was laughing. Like literally, guys, yesterday, he was like, wait, I was like, what do you think it is? And he was like, he says some shit, and I was like, okay, let's just save that for the video, because he actually literally does not know like how this works, because he's only seen a bit of my Instagram videos and stuff. So,
I tried my best not to learn. So if I can do it, then anyone can do it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So
as long as you can speak English and you have a laptop and internet, and then headset is optional. I like to wear this headset right here. You know, it makes you look like a pro, and we'll get you on. But yeah, it involves taking phone calls for companies, closing their inbound leads, and making a commission for each one that you get to sign up. So
I've got the fundamental question: what is high ticket closing?
So you're basically just a remote sales rep for any company, any online company. Mostly it's influencers, digital marketing agencies, and they're doing social media content and webinars and Instagram ads and Facebook ads. And it says, go watch my free training to learn how to get more leads as a real estate agent. For example, real estate agents, they'll watch their free training and they'll be like really interested to sign up for their course. And then they book a call. It says, book a call with our team to learn more. That's when they need to have a team of people to take these calls of people that are interested in signing up. Those people are called remote closers. Their job is to show up to the Zoom call that they scheduled. Hello, Jim. Answer their questions, squash their questions or concerns, and then close them, get them to sign up, take them through the checkout process through this high ticket program. High ticket usually refers to it's a product or a service or a mastermind or a course more than $3,000. That's where high ticket comes from. So 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, somewhere in those ranges typical. And so these people who are offering these things, they need a sales team to talk to their leads. The closers take the scheduled Zoom calls and you just talk to them and you close them and you sign them up and you get a commission. About 10% for each one of your leads that signs up.
So these are all warm?
These are all warm. That's the thing about high ticket closing. This is not cold calling. This is inbound taking leads. Your calendar is synced to their Calendly, okay? So you just need to check your calendar and you're gonna see each day how many scheduled calls you have on your calendar every day. So you just wake up and you say, oh, I got 5 calls today at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, great. And they're usually 30 to 45 minute slots. And ideally, what you want to do is you want to find a client, find a job that all your slots are filled every day, so you take the maximum amount of calls. Typical closing rate is about 25%. So if you can take 5 calls a day, let's say it's a $250 commission. If you can close at 25%, let's just say it gets 20% close rate. You close one of them, that's $250 commission. All right, if you do that Monday through Friday, then you just made $1,1250. That is $5,000 a month in commission.
It's $5,000. Okay, so what am I expecting by the 30-day mark and the 60-day mark?
In terms of what?
Now let's say, okay, cool, start the course as of today. What's the kind of process that I'd be overall following? Will it take 30 days to get to a point where, cool, I'm ready to start taking calls?
No. This is what I do inside of my inner circle, and the first week, we get you hired.
Okay.
First week is push to get hired.
First week, okay, cool.
If you're an English first language person, if you're a Western person, US, UK, and you have a good head on your shoulders and you can have a conversation, doesn't matter if you have sales experience. The only thing is you have a good vibe and you show them you can talk to people. That's basically it. As you'll see on our website, we have 5 different case studies of guys that are 19, 20, 21. They join my inner circle and they get hired within 3 days, within 7 days, within 10 days. I think another guy within 7 days. So we use the Upwork method. This is the method I've been using to get clients for my Amazon agency for the past 5 years. I grind on Upwork every day. You check the job board and I have some tips, tricks, and secrets to reach out to these people who are hiring remote salespeople. Use some tips to capture their attention, stand out from the crowd via some messages, sending them Loom videos, and boom, hopping on an interview ASAP and getting onboarded into their sales team.
Is it unrealistic targeting 10K in 60 days?
No.
No?
No, because Tom, he was 20, he's a university student. He was my first case study. No prior sales experience, but of course, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He got hired using my method in 7 days, and his first 30 days on the job, his commissions were $5,600 US. That's
take home?
Yes, take home. There's no expenses in commissions. Now, this is before like tax or whatever, but he got paid by his client $5,600. Those are his commissions.
In 30 days?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got something to live up for.
Yeah,
okay.
and so we're talking about BAM making $10,000 total in 60 days. Now, reaching $10,000 in 1 month, that's not realistic. But some guys do. If you see my YouTube channel, if you see my videos with Marcus, some guys that are really killers, and if they're in the right offer, those type of offers where the price of the package is more, maybe it's a 20K package, they're only typically gonna hire guys with multiple years of sales experience.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If you have 0 sales experience, the trick is to use different tips and tricks to get around the fact that this is your first sales job. Just prove to them via your communication skills and via the videos we're going to film, via the videos, scripts. It's called the introductory video that we're going to put on your profile. It's going to do all the convincing for them before you even hop on the interview.
This all goes onto like my Upwork profile.
All goes onto your Upwork profile, and we're going to have clients. They're going to watch that video, and they're going to be sold and want to be interested to hire you. Okay. That's the method.
So let's say day one, this is the first time I'm getting any kind of information. I think I have a better idea. So Upwork is where I source the clients.
Yeah.
And that's where they have, if I'm right in understanding, they have these packages, deals, and my goal is to reach out to these clients, or ideally they reach out to me.
Yeah.
And they have a commission structure for these packages. They have warm clients that need to be closed.
Yeah.
And that's where I step in as HDC closer. I come in, hey, how you doing? I heard you're looking for this.
No, you're not calling them.
I don't call them?
They schedule a call.
Oh, okay.
And then you just meet them on the Zoom call.
Right, okay, so, right, and then from there, I'm pretty much just closing the deal. Yeah. They're already interested.
Yeah.
You
were on their team. You were like they booked a call to learn more. And usually it's called a discovery call or an application call, or it could be called a transformation call. So they're interested to learn more, and every job is different how it's framed. But yeah, it's a inbound. This is the whole thing that we're ideally after. This is called inbound sales. But if you have no sales experience and you're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You got to be really good to get hired as a closer out of the gate. So if you're really young and your communication skills are meh, you're probably going to get started in a warm outbound situation, which is great because you're going to get paid to learn sales.
What does that mean?
It means they're the warm leads. Let's say they downloaded the ebook.
Yep.
That's how to get a 6-pack, and they put in their phone number. You are going to call them people. hey, this is Bam from Six Pack Shortcuts. I saw you just put in your number and you said your goal for this week is to get a six pack. Your goal for this year is to get a six pack by March. You got 5 minutes right now to talk? Boom, cool. Yeah, were you thinking about booking a call, or because I noticed you hadn't booked a call yet? Did you do that, or kind of you were thinking about doing it? Well, okay, cool. So I just wanted to let you know that actually this week he's doing this special offer. Did you see about that? Okay, yeah, you did see it. So yeah, so the calendars are going to be closing today. Should I get you locked in on that offer? Okay, cool, great. So how we have Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Does that work for you? Okay, cool. And this is your email, right? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. I just locked you in. Boom. All right. Cool, yeah, so our team will talk to you then, and yeah, they'll tell you all about the offer and all about what it looks like to get started in the program. Okay, cool. So that's called appointment setting. It's getting them to book the call, and then the closer team takes the team to close it. But you will still get a 5% commission.
Just for setting an appointment?
Just for setting the appointment.
Crazy.
Yeah. And so that's called appointment setting. Now there's different styles of appointment setting. Appointment setting could be done via message, right? So you could have just texted them on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Or if they're on Instagram, you could have texted them on Instagram. If you want to learn sales, do warm calling. Not cold calling, right? It's not like they have no idea who the fuck this company is. It's something that they just opted into online and put in their phone number. You give them a ring, and this is actually a great way. I would argue the fastest way to learn sales is do warm outbound, because you're getting paid to learn sales. You're gonna learn better doing that every day than having a coach or watching YouTube videos or doing practice calls. If you're a total beginner and you're really young, you're probably gonna start there. It's possible to start as a closer. It depends. Some people on Upwork, they're like a startup, they're a new company, a new course. And if you're one of the first people that can engage with them and talk to them and they like you, they'll be like, fuck, I like this guy, let's give him a chance. Doesn't matter, like, use your sales. If you're that good at sales and you have no sales experience, use your communication skills to convince them to get on their closing team. So it's really up to you.
Okay. I think like I got much better. I mean, my explanation was, I don't know, I feel like my explanation wasn't terrible. I mean,
yeah, you were describing cold calling.
Yeah, in essence.
Some people are doing that remotely. You could do remote cold calling, but like there's plenty of opportunities for warm calling. There is 1 million influencers out there with huge email lists, huge lists of people that opted in with their phone number. There's unlimited opportunity if you want to call warm lists, guys. Cold calling, I don't know if you're doing cold calling, I don't know why you would be doing that right now. There's plenty of jobs for remote warm calling. And then after you prove yourself that you're good in that warm calling job, then talk to the client. Hey, when can I join the closing team? And then it's just like any job. You start in an entry-level position, if you're an entry-level person, and then you work your way up. Simultaneously, what we teach inside of my program is even if you're on a job, every day you take 15 minutes to check the Upwork job board to see if there's a more ideal job that you might want to engage with. Maybe it has higher commissions. Maybe there's more lead flow. Maybe it's just a company that you've heard before. You're like, oh, I'd love to close for them. And so you're always chatting in Upwork, just engaging and taking interviews, and be ready always to hop on that next high paying job, next, and you always hop on a higher paying job. That's how any career goes, right? Same thing with remote closing, but in the first 7 days, just take the first one that you can get and then get in the ballgame.
Cool, okay. Yeah. My last question I really had, actually, to be honest, I feel like that was a very descriptive, like, I feel like I've got a much better understanding, given that I knew very little, like, genuinely. Mm-hmm. So, awesome. You put yourself in a position, create an Upwork profile, you put yourself in a place where people can recognize that, hey, this guy is looking to do closing, and you either contact these companies or they contact you, whichever way works, and you basically jump on board and you start taking appointments that they set up, and that's it. Like, so straight off the bat, and then it's ultimately a closing deal rather than trying to convince the person to be interested. They already have some interest. Mm-hmm. You're just trying to iron out details and take that step, like cross that hurdle. What kind of is that
exactly?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So I am onto something. Like, I'm gonna make 10K in 30 days.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm excited. Honestly, I don't know. It's like a new challenge, so it's going to be an interesting one. I do have some sales experience. I wouldn't call it a lot. I did recruitment consultancy. I was a recruitment consultant for tech and IT, so I did have to talk to a lot of people, and I feel like my ability to talk to people isn't terrible.
I hate the word sales. What sales is communication. So at the beginning of the video, we said no sales experience. It holds true because you technically did not have a sales job.
Yeah.
But what you did, you had a job where you talk to people and have conversations with people. As long as you can talk to people, I don't care if it was done to get money. As long as you can talk to people, then you're good. That's why like your previous job experience doesn't matter. If you can make it a 1 to 2 minute introductory video and have that on your profile and just talk for 2 minutes, they're gonna instantly know if you're qualified or not. If they like your vibe, if you can speak. Just demonstrate your communication ability in a 1 to 2 minute video, and that's gonna save you a ton of time, because people that watch that video, if they don't like your vibe, if you're not really a good fit for their customer base, they're not gonna invite you to an interview. But if they like you, they're gonna go, oh, I like this guy, bam. They're not even gonna read the details of your profile, I promise. They're gonna click the video and they're gonna, do I like this guy? All right, boom, add him to the interview list. You can hop on the interview and answer the questions. But I have a whole interview strategy as well. So most people on the interview, they talk about, they're like just typical interview, like what you actually want to do is you want to interview them to qualify, is their funnel good, are their leads good? So I have a list of actually 50 different qualifying questions that my students ask the client. So my students qualify the client to see if it's a good fit for them. And then you're gonna flip the script on the interview and they're gonna be like, damn, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. And that's how you do a good interview.
Qualifying the client.
You qualify them to see if it's a good fit. And I've been doing this every day for 5 years with Amazon clients.
Like if a brand new person joined your course, they would get all this step-by-step information.
Yeah.
Because I know it's almost like cheating because I know you personally, but I know nothing about this. I genuinely know nothing about HTC. Oh, well, apparently now I do. I'm just working out the steps by steps. So I have like 2 questions. Mm-hmm. One question is, what is the average that someone could potentially earn in 60 to 90 days? I think we're really ambitious with 60, but I'm excited to try.
Yeah, I would say making 10K in commissions in 60 days, I'll give you 50-50 to do that. Okay. I would say in 90 days, I would say you'd probably do that, 80%.
Okay, that's really good.
Because like Tom made 5K in his first month.
With like Tom, does he have experience in sales prior? Or
nope, he's a college student.
Brand new?
Yep.
Okay.
He just wanted to make money online and he was like, yo Riley, I saw your YouTube video, man. Like, I want your coaching, let's go.
Picked a good one to get into.
Yeah.
Okay. My last question was, what would be the next step? So now that I got a general idea for people who are watching and want to get involved, what would be the next step?
Yeah, next step is I add you to our circle. It's kind of like Slack. You familiar with Slack?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got courses built in.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's super sick. It's kind of like Discord, but it's got like courses right in there. So I add you here and you start going through my Upwork course section called Upwork Secrets 2.0. It's gonna give you the rundown of all the Upwork tips and tricks. And then you join the weekly mastermind calls. In here, you'll go to calls and you'll see the next weekly mastermind call coming up and you join the first one that you can join. There's multiple different time options. And then on that call, I kind of go in a round robin. All right, bam. Hey, bam, you're new. Hey, quick introduction. Okay, boom. And it's going to be a handful of guys on that call. So this is, group mastermind format. All right, cool, bam. What's your situation? Oh, no Upwork profile yet? All right, we'll sign up for that shit today. If you already have a profile, let's say you created it, you share it with me. I'll give you tips and feedback on it live on that call. All right, cool, profile looks good. So any questions about the job application process? Like you've already watched the course. Yeah, I have a question. So Q&A, any roadblocks, and then I go, do you know your priorities for this week? What are your priorities? You're like, yeah, pretty much just apply to jobs daily. Usually you want to apply to about 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs every day because there's plenty of opportunities that on the job feed on Upwork. Yeah, you're applying to jobs every day, and then if you have a question any day, just post that inside a circle, and then either me or Jay or Vincent or Sam, those are the team. That's my team.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Jay's a door-to-door guy, and he actually he lives out here in Thailand as well. He used to run big door-to-door teams, and so he just came on board as a coach, so stoked about that. And then so yeah, that's the mastermind, and we meet every week. And then there's also a separate call that's a sales mastermind, and then Jesse runs that. Jesse's also a Thailand buddy, and he's a sales guy, and that's to specifically talk about sales situations. So if people that are already in the job, they say, yeah, I ran into this issue, and you brainstorm about that issue, and he will do role play calls as well. So cool, let's pop into role play. Let's role play this situation. So there's general mastermind calls, and then there's sales mastermind calls where you can practice sales and everything. But in my opinion, the best way to practice sales is just to get into a job.
Jump in the deep end, learn how to swim. Okay, yeah. I like that. I think that works with like my kind of.
And then we also have a multiple. I recorded multiple courses about closing. So there's a high ticket closer getting started course. There's a how to get hired course as a closer. How to close 101. Live close call recordings. So these are actually fire, is listening to these recordings of live closes. You learn more just watching those handful of videos than anything. So you'll go through those. And then there's a course with advanced closing techniques. And these are like little lines you can do, little things you can do to frame the call at the beginning of the call. Like by the end of the call, all we ask for is a yes or a no. We don't do maybes. Like I gotta ask my dog, I gotta ask my wife, I gotta pray about it, I gotta like meditate on this. So all that we ask is we like to work with action takers. So all that we say is by the end of the call, it's either a fuck yeah or a no thanks. And if it's a no thanks, that's totally fine. But does it sounded good to you? That frame is a little trick that makes motherfuckers fucking cash. Because no one's gonna be like, I need to think about it. It's like, at the beginning of the call, we agree that it's either a yes or a no. And so this little urgency thing is a free fucking little tip trick that I just gave out right there. That's in the Advanced Closing Techniques course. And then there's a course that it's called Top 10 Objections. Usually it's the same objections that come up. I gotta think about it, I gotta ask my wife, or it's a money problem, finances. There's actually more than 20 different objections that I've made videos about, but so you'll just be kind of going through that every day at your own pace, be going through all those courses, and then yeah, you'll be ready to rock and roll.
So like as a complete beginner, my goal is like to familiarize myself with the content enough so I know how to answer objections that may come up, and how to go into a call like prepared with the right answers, the right questions, and like you're saying, priming the person on the other side with, look, we want to work with action takers. So it's like yes and no. You prime them at the beginning, so they know what to expect towards the end. So by the end, it comes up. It's not like let me get back to you. It's an answer there and then.
That's a trick that not many people know about. And you have to ask your client if that's okay. And so there's a whole other thing we talk about is when you get into a job, you want to quickly learn what's working for the other sales reps. Because each job, each offer has its own little tips and tricks, own little things that are working. The cool thing about this as well is a lot of jobs, they provide their own sales training inside the job, right? They're gonna want to train you on the offer. So of course they're gonna let you know all about the product or service, all about the thing that you're selling. Some jobs, the sales team meets daily. So you're gonna get free training from the job as well. And so for those guys, they just join that. They don't need to join our sales mastermind. They already have training going. Some people like to join both. It depends on your situation, how hard you want to go. You know, I'm not sure you're teaching a drop shipping store, build traffic and create a product. And this is just, I'm teaching you how to get a remote job. Yeah. And the cool thing about it is like, it's such a low, fast barrier to entry. The whole purpose of this is so you can go get location independence, and you can go work from Mexico, you can go work from Bali, Thailand, and you can do this from home. It's just a remote job, and some people are in a job that they have to be in a place and they want to get remote. This is one of the fastest ways. And this is essentially just being a freelancer. And so a whole other part of my mastermind is, it's not just how to get a remote sales job and how to be good at sales, but it's how to be a freelancer as a career, how to be a professional freelancer, how to present yourself in a profile, how to handle the chatting back and forth with a potential client. Because there's like the typical stuff that 99% of people do. I do it the opposite way. I'm like qualifying them. I'm like seeing if it's a good fit. Most people talk about why I'm good, I'm so good, I'm so good. The better way to convince people to hire you is say, ask questions about them. Hey, let me see if this is a good fit for me. And so it's these little tips as a freelancer, you know, how to have a good profile photo. Like I scroll on Upwork and 80% of people, their profile photo is horrible.
I don't think I have any more questions that I necessarily need to know or want to know. I feel like I've got an idea of what's going to be expected, you know, even within the first week, what to expect. I guess the next thing is, okay, cool. Like for me, like let's get the ball rolling because, I mean, is it possible? Well, I mean, I guess if you have higher ticket, bigger job that costs more than earning 10K a month, like, which is obviously something that a lot of people would like to move towards, including myself. Earning 10K a month is well within the remit, but that would require a little bit more experience.
Yeah, making 10K a month, it's probably require a little bit more experience. But like it's definitely possible. Like that's why motherfuckers get into sales. That's why ambitious young men do sales, do real estate, do stock market trading, because it comes down to your hustle. And in sales, it's commission based, so it's based on your results. And for that reason, the ceiling can be high because if you're motivated as fuck and you're, you know, taking double the amount of calls, sky's the limit. Like back when I did door-to-door sales, like the top guys, they definitely did like 10K months. There's plenty of corporate tech sale jobs out there, plenty of type of sales jobs where guys make tons of money. I mean, there's some sales jobs out there where guys make 6 figures a month. So that's the whole point of sales, is if you're hungry, you're willing to put in the work, and you like the idea of something that's results based, not just a salary, same every month. Yeah, sky's the limit. So it's really just about finding that good job offer that has a really good commission structure and plenty of leads for you.
Do you necessarily have to understand what you're selling, like down to a T? Like, do you have to be very familiar with this?
Good question. No, 80-20. You just need to have a general understanding.
Okay. I was wondering, like, if you're going into a job, like, how well would you have to know the product in order to close?
You can learn it in one day. Just read their website, and I'm sure they probably have some training videos. You just watch it. Just study the offer. You can do that in 1 to 2 days. Easier than a high school exam.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I'm ready. I feel like this will be a really interesting challenge. Yeah. I think it kind of puts like the course to the test, puts HTC to the test, puts me to the test. I think it'd be like a really interesting way to kind of do it. Plus, I guess the benefit for me is I live here. So I can, questions, cool, no problem. But I'm going to try and be like a stranger, as if like I don't know you to an extent. So that way, like I'll go through the course and really, really try and put the time and hours. I know this sounds stupid and overly ambitious, and realistically, I don't think it's possible, but I'm going to aim to cross that 10K barrier within 45 days. I'm not saying it's possible. I don't know. But I feel like if I'm overly ambitious, I mean, the only person I can let down is myself.
I like the spirit.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. You're
gonna be on a lot of calls.
HTC, I'm ready.
And so here's a FAQ. Can you do this as a side hustle on the side of your 9 to 5? First of all, many people have side hustles, and a side hustle is always on the side of your 9 to 5. That's why it's called a side hustle. So short answer, yes, you can do it after your 9 to 5. Just clarify with the client is, can the calls that I take be from 6 to 9, for example, and Saturdays and Sundays? Many times, that's actually when the potential leads need to take the call, because the potential customers have 9 to 5s as well. So many jobs will have leads coming in or calls scheduled from 6 to 9 p.m. So yes, you definitely can.
I mean, I think I've kind of answered all my questions. So last thing, so I can choose what time that I take these calls, or is it these guys set them for me?
Yes and no, it depends on the job. If you are more senior, then you can potentially convince them, hey, I can only do this on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you can convince them that that's fine. right? It's up to them to decide if that's okay. If you're more junior, younger, less experienced, they might say, you know what, we're only working to take on sales reps that can commit Monday through Friday through these hours. So it depends on the job.
Experience-based, okay. That makes sense. Like, I don't think that's a surprise.
But the cool thing about remote closing, one of the coolest things, which I talk about in my videos, and I should talk more. After you gain trust with the client, you're proven, you're closing their leads, you can be like, hey, I'm gonna switch to just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Just wanna confirm you're cool with that. If you're closing leads and making their money, so that's the thing, you're not taking a salary. It's commission only. And so if you're doing a good job, you can do that. And you can also say, hey, I'm gonna take the next 1 week off. I'm gonna take the next 2 weeks off. And so guys that are in these remote sales teams, the schedule is completely flexible. And that's a really cool thing about being a remote closer versus other types of freelancers where you have to manage the clients and you have due dates and always projects and teams, projects going on. With a remote closer, there's no delivery after the fact. There's no client management. It's just you're taking the calls. So the ability to take a week off, 2 weeks off, to take a month off, even take 2 months off as a remote sales rep in a company, given, of course, you have trust with your client and you've proven yourself already. Often it can be really a flexible schedule. What I just said, the ability to take a week off, 2 weeks off, let alone a month or 2 months off, that is special. That's 1% of jobs has that type of flexibility. Now, of course, it's not like a business where you're not going to be making income during that time. But with closing, you can stack up a bunch of money and have that freedom to take those vacation days. And I akin it to, it's kind of like a real estate agent. Real estate agent is their own independent business. So if they want to go take 2 months off and go travel the world, they can do that. Of course, they're not going to be getting any sales, but then they just come back to work when they want to and start engaging in sales again. So I compare it to a real estate agent sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not taking any time off for the next 60 days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on this every day.
And so, yeah, you know, in terms of people ask how much time do I need to dedicate? This is a side hustle. That's the point of a side hustle. It's up to you. It's up to you. You can spend, a few hours a day, or you can spend 8 hours a day. But most jobs, I would say 80-20, are gonna require that you have your calendar open to receive inbound calls, standard 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's the most cases. But hey, let's say you are going to school from 9 to 2. Just tell your client that, hey, is that cool with you? Then you're gonna know. And you can just do all this stuff in the Upwork chat. You're just making sure it's a good fit for your situation. And so it's just like any remote job, okay? You're gonna chat with them and you're gonna see if it's a good fit and you're gonna find something that fits your situation, what you wanna do.
And can I take more than one job at a time? So closing.
Good question. Yes, some of my students are already doing this, and I think you should too as well. You should never settle on one. It's good to take two at the same time, especially when you're just starting. That way, if one is like meh, one's better than the other, scrap the meh one, keep the better one. And then as I said before, you should always be checking the job board and chatting with potential new better jobs, and then start doing that simultaneously to your current one. And then if it ends up paying better, then drop the current one, focus on what makes you the most money. So it's definitely possible to take on multiple clients. You're just a freelance closer. Hey, who got leads? I'm at my desk. Funnel your leads to my desk. I'm gonna close them, all right? I'm a freelancer, I'm a freelance closer.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Is there any skill in particular that you think, hey, you know what, these closers as a closer, these are the skills, maybe 1, 2, 3, whatever they are. Is there anything in particular you think, hey, if you have these skills, you're gonna do exceptionally well?
There's only one, communication.
Okay. I mean, my voice isn't fully back, but I can communicate.
Doesn't matter, you'll be fine. It'll actually be a fun little icebreaker if you get on the call. Yeah, I was just, oh man, I'm so busy lately. I hope you don't mind. They'll laugh at it. Like people, 99% of people are friendly and polite and not assholes. But 1% of people you'll be dealing with assholes. That's part of any job though.
Doing so many sales, man.
Yeah.
Just lost my voice in the process.
Yeah. We actually only have one spot left before my.
Take it out.
Unfortunately, it's gonna be either a yes or no at the end of this call.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready. I think you, like all the questions I had, I actually have a good idea of what this is now, which is hilarious.
It's the simplest thing ever.
It's so
That's why
simple.
I'm so excited to be teaching it, because compared to Amazon is like this complicated, and then Getting a remote sales job is like this simple. It's crazy.
I think it's because you're not running everything. You're just doing one thing, specializing in
We're
it.
not starting a business here. We're not starting a business. We're offering a freelance service, and it's the easiest service that you can offer as a freelancer. What are the other most common parts of freelancing? Okay, copywriting, graphic design, web development, social media management, digital marketing stuff. All that stuff, like you get paid and then fuck, now I gotta go do that. Now I gotta go deliver the thing. With this, no. You're just on the call. The call's done. It's done. You're just on the call. There's nothing to do afterwards. You're simply only on the phone. So that in that sense, it's simple, and you don't need any formal training. You don't need to learn web development. You just need to know the English language, and you already know that. So you're already qualified.
I hope so.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm quite excited. I'm genuinely like very excited because I feel like, well, maybe it's sounding simplified. To me, I'm like, well, this sounds so simple. It sounds so simple. But like, I'm sure. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep that mentality. It sounds simple. I'm gonna do great.
It's just like a job. Like you're gonna have to put in the work, and there's gonna be streaks, where you don't get sales, but that's part of sales. But that's part of life too. The ups and downs. There's gonna be ups and downs. It's not gonna be all cherry and rainbows, all day. But it's a very simple way to earn income online. There's no expenses. It's just commissions. It's a commission-only sales job. And so I did door-to-door after college. Actually, I did door-to-door every summer during college for 4 years. And then after college, I did it for 2 years full round. This is the new door-to-door sales. Why do young, ambitious college kids do door-to-door? Because if you're a hustler, you can make a lot because it just comes down to the amount of doors that you knock. And if you're a good communicator, you have confidence and you can talk to people, you can earn a lot of commissions and you can make great money every summer. That's what I used to do. And so this is like, it's funny how this all came into my lap because sales is something that I know, but fuck doing door-to-door sales nowadays. It's all about online. It's all about so this is kind of like the new door-to-door, but door-to-door is cold. It's warm/cold. If it's Comcast, okay, I was knocking on existing customers trying to upsell them. But if it's security systems, then you're totally cold calling, totally cold knocking. That takes balls, all right? So with this is, you're talking to people who already are interested in the product service. You just need to answer their questions and, create that urgency, offers ending or blah, 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 get them to sign up. So
leaving this right now, what would be the next thing I get added to the...
log into your Upwork and click your title right here and click edit and then write a new title and put something, this just popped into my head. Hi, my name's Bam and I'm a high ticket closer. I close your leads. Hi, my name is Bam.
Write this down, write this down. This is genius, this is genius.
You could even try putting like a Bam emoji. I'm not sure if you can do emojis though in the title.
Cool, okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Straight to Upwork.
Yep.
I do have a profile. It's definitely not good. Is it better to make a new one or should I just stick to the one I have?
So on Upwork, the cool thing is you can make a sub-profile if you offer different services. So I have one for sales. I'll actually show you one. Yeah, I made one for sales. My title says top 1% inbound sales closer for coaches and agencies. Ooh.
Oh, look at this.
And then then you can have different services and different sub profiles. So definitely make a sub profile because you want to keep your video editor one. Yep. And then tomorrow you'll just record a 1 to 2 minute introductory video.
Cool.
And on that, do it with Loom at your computer and be at your desk. So the same thing that the lead will see when they're on the call, and just be like, hey, my name's Bam here, just recording this introductory video, so you just get a sense of who I am and my vibe. So quickly about me, I love talking to people, and I'm actually a creative person, so my background is in video editing. I'm always in studios engaging with people, so I just love engaging with people. Fun fact about me, I love parkour, and I can do flips, I can do handstands. And so yeah, that's just a quick sense about me, getting to know my vibe. And maybe we can see if we can work together and I can join your sales team. All right, cheers, bye. You don't even need to talk about your sales experience because they already get a sense. Especially if you don't have any, don't say I don't have any experience, but just Don't talk about that.
Personality.
It's just personality.
Confidence that you're giving off, and then hey, if they vibe, they vibe. If they don't, they don't.
Exude confidence.
Exude confidence. I'm writing that one down. Exude.
Yeah, get their attention.
Confidence.
You can actually say in your video, in your thing, you can do I'm a video creator. So I'm on YouTube, I'm a social media guy, and they'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It's the same thing. It's speaking. So. Yeah. Or you don't even need to talk about anything professional. You can just say, hey, I'm Bam and I love parkour. Hope to talk to you soon.
Great. Like, you think that would...
You don't even need to talk about your previous work experiences, is what I was saying.
Okay.
You can just say, hey, here's a little bit about me. Blah, blah, blah. They just want to hear you speak.
Yeah.
That's it. So you'll do that, and that you can do that within 24 hours, and then throw that up, and that'll be V1. And then everyone in the mastermind, they post their V1 inside the circle, and then I'll give the comments, and then I'll have them write out a better bullet point script, and I'll kind of give tips and tricks there, and then you can upload that the next day or a few days later for V2. And then if you want to do a V3, you can make it better and better. Just get your first shitty V1 up there within 24 hours. Yep. And then fill out the rest of your profile, self-explanatory stuff. And then you're gonna wanna go to the job search. So just go to jobs, and then you're gonna search high ticket closer or sales closer. Posted 10 hours ago, looking for a remote closer. So you're gonna click it and then read it. Responsibilities, work with warm leads that are pre-scheduled on your calendar. Good. Meet or exceed monthly sales targets and performance metrics. Native English speaker based in US or Canada. Minimum 2 years experience in remote sales with a proven track record of closing high ticket items. Strong communication skills, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Familiar with digital marketing services. Okay, so this is a digital marketing company. So I would say, yeah, this would be good for you to apply to. Boom, apply. In your application message, you're going to make it short and sweet. So this is inside of my Upwork course, Upwork Secrets 2.0. I'm not gonna give away all the secrets, but what everyone else does is post their CV, their resume. Hey, here's everything about me. For me, I'm gonna just post a quick little thing. Hey, I read your job, you're a digital marketing agency. Can you send a link to your website? Curious to hear more. Boom. Here's a 1 minute introductory. So you're gonna send custom qualifying questions based on what their job is, and then they're gonna be like, oh, these guys are like qualifying me right out the gate. Everyone else that applied to the job just like pasted their resume. This guy just said, hi, I'm asking some qualifying questions. By the way, here's a 1 minute video to introduce me. And you paste a link to your Loom video, your introductory video.
That's genius. That is actually genius. Because now it's like, hey, I want to know what you have. Yeah. Whether you're worth my time.
Yeah, you're gonna ask them a couple questions, and like Tom, literally, the guy that hired Tom, he told Tom, hey Tom, like the reason I hired you is because like you instantly stood out from all the applicants in your message.
Crazy.
Like this works.
Crazy. Okay.
Okay. Next job, write job description for commission-based high-ticket closer. Okay, no. High-ticket closer for a successful executive coaching company. Okay, interesting. So I'm just gonna heart that. Come back to it. 13 hours ago, high-ticket closer. 17 hours ago, sales development representative, high commission. Yep, that's cool. High-ticket closer. High-ticket closer. So there's a handful of jobs that were posted in the past 24 hours, so you'll just check them out.
I noticed a lot of them did also say no experience needed.
Some of them are going to say experience, but experience is a tricky word. It's like, what exactly is
it?
At the end of the day, what they want is someone who is good communication skills. So even if, in Bam's example, you don't have technically a sales job, but you are experienced in communication. You're 20 fucking whatever years old, and you're great at talking to people. That's all they care about at the end of the day. So don't like message them and say, well, I don't have experience, but just like, don't talk about that unless they ask specifically. And if they do ask you, then come up with something. Hey, Bam, what's your sales experience? And they'd be like, well, hey, to be 1,000% transparent and honest, I haven't had a sales job specifically, but I'm working in an agency, and my position was not specifically sales, but I'm talking to people all day, and so it's not an issue. And they're either gonna ask follow-up questions, they're gonna be like, okay, fine. But here's the thing, they're gonna watch your introductory video before you're even gonna chat with them. So if they get the point that you can communicate, they're not even gonna worry about that.
Cool. I know exactly what I'm doing tomorrow.
But yeah, but you should never like lie and make up stuff. Like I'm always, honesty and transparency is always works out the best.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is like with sales in particular, whatever you want to call it, like I think everyone, you constantly have to sell yourself to people. You're constantly selling yourself to other people about who you are. You know, when you make friends, it's the same thing. You know, when you talk to anybody, it's ultimately a form of sales. So I don't think it'd be too difficult. I feel like for myself, I'm not sure, I don't know how it applies to other people, but I feel like I'm confident enough in who I am, my ability to speak, and I feel like it won't be too difficult on that side of things. I feel like that would be, I don't mind talking to people. I enjoy talking to people. I'm more than capable of doing it. I've done it my entire life, you know.
Yeah, yeah, we all have. It's the skill that everyone automatically has. Exactly. It's called speaking English, talking to people.
Speaking English.
If you graduated high school, then you should
probably talk to a good like 10,000 people by the time you reach high school.
You could even say that, oh yeah, my experience? Oh yeah, I actually have 25 years of experience speaking to people.
I'm probably going to start the Upwork profile, well, no, not even probably. I'm going to start it tonight.
Yeah, we could do it live on this video if you want to do it. Or we could do it as a video tomorrow. We could
that would be our day 2. I think that's a good day 2 because then we can go through it, record it. I'm sure I'm going to do many recordings of the same thing.
I just thought of this. For your 1-minute introductory video, you can edit like a cinematic fucking sick like movie and like hey, bam. What's up, Upwork? It's a little bit about me. I bet you never seen an intro video like this.
Like this echoes, like everything. This old Zoolander.
That can be your next version.
Would that honestly work though? Like I feel like that's too much for a client. I mean, I'm sure it'll catch their. Like,
it would definitely capture attention. I think it would work. But that's not your priority. Is get the shitty version one up.
Yeah, for sure,
and then
for sure.
Next weekend, let's say on your spare time, maybe edit something really cool.
Yeah.
1-minute introductory video. If you watched this far, whoa, definitely you probably liked it because I mean, if you haven't, give it a like. That's appreciated. Leave it a comment, that's also appreciated. And yeah, we're gonna try to do a video every day.
And if you don't like it, it's because you don't want to make 10K. And that's fine too, you bum.
Yeah, bum. If you don't like it, then get out of here.
Get out of here. This is for winners only, winners circle only.
Long term, as our career evolves, then what do? Now I'm future pacing. Then you want to build a business, of course. Our business is something where you're making money 24/7. Of course, that's all we all want. That's how you get rich. But here's a fun little fact. Why do all the successful entrepreneurs, they say the best way to get into business is to be a sales rep for another business, and specifically be a sales rep for an online business? So this big picture is your first step into the world of digital marketing, into the online game, and then in the future you can create your own online business. You're already going to know how to run remote teams, how to communicate through Zoom messages and messaging, and you're going to learn a lot about marketing and funnels and leads and lists and follow-ups and automations and calendars and copywriting and social media video ads. You're going to be one of the pieces in those funnels. So hey, maybe in the future you can come up with your own high-ticket offer and you can be the business owner and you can have a team of closers closing your product or service and running your own social media ads. So that's kind of what I'm doing now with this whole thing. I'm just now hiring some closers. Okay, now I'm promoting my inner circle, my course, my mastermind. That's kind of a future pacing thing. Long term, of course, everyone wants to have their own online business, but if you've never done an online business before, if you're young, go work for an online business, okay, for a few years. And you need to save up money because every business takes an investment, right? Save up money, stack doing remote sales for 2-3 years, however much is you want. And then think about, all right, what online business do I want to do? Is it an e-commerce dropshipping thing, or is it an agency thing, or is it a making my own course thing, or whatever it is? But starting as a salesperson for a remote business is a great way into this online game, into this online sphere, online business, which all business is online nowadays, right?
Yeah,
Unless you want to work at a Starbucks or whatever.
Yeah.
So boom, that's it. That's the big picture vision.
We out. Mic drop.
That's the mission.
We done? Day 1 of 60.